viewers, how are you? I'm doing actually pretty good because I have lost weight from the last time that I actually recorded a video for my channel, which was the actual first video for my channel. I was looking pretty not good, and I was like overweight, and I was like sad, but now I have lost weight and I have been walking, I've been taking supplements, and I've been trying to eat better, and I have lost some pounds, let me tell you. So I am actually feeling pretty good. I'm also weaning myself off of my last medication for anxiety and OCD. I'm doing that because the side effects on the medication were a bit much for me. One of those side effects was weight gain. I'm going to tell you about some of the prescription medications that I took before and the one that I'm weaning myself off of right now. So if you're considering prescription medications, perhaps maybe this information will help you to make a better choice or to choose maybe something different. Or if you're starting medication for the first time and you want some information about maybe how it will make you feel or some of the side effects, then perhaps I can provide some information for you for that also. So let's get to it. So the very first drug that I ever took for my anxiety was Celexa. I actually took about 10 milligrams once a day, and I'm going to say it made me feel pretty decent for about 6 months. I was having less anxiety, I was feeling better, my symptoms were getting better, and it only took probably about a week to work to actually start making me feel better. So I was actually pretty excited until about the 6-month mark when it just went downhill. And all of a sudden, I was like anxious, and horrible OCD compulsions were worse, and it was just not good. So I went to the doctor and they prescribed me Prozac. Okay? Prozac was actually the most awful drug that I was on for my OCD and anxiety. It helped me probably for all of about a few months, but the side effects on that drug were so much worse than any of the other drugs that I had taken for me. Now, some of you out there may have taken Prozac or may be taking Prozac, and it may be doing great wonders for you. But for me, it was not good. And I will get to the side effects about the medication in just a second. But I want to tell you that Prozac was okay for a few months, but about 6 months, I was having horrible anxiety, horrible compulsions, and so I decided that I was going to just go off medication completely. So I went off the Prozac, and I was off medication probably for about 4 or 5 months. And then I had a huge bout with anxiety and OCD. I was needing to take medication again. So this time the doctor prescribed me Celexa, but he added Abilify to that drug. So I was taking 2 milligrams of Abilify and 20 milligrams of Celexa, one of each pill a day. And that was actually the best combination of drugs that I had ever been on, because I felt better, my symptoms were less, and there was no burnout period. So there was not a time when I felt like it wasn't working that well. So I was on that medication probably for about a few years, actually, a couple years. But the side effects, oh my goodness. So let me get to the side effects. With the Celexa, I didn't notice very many side effects, honestly. Maybe shallow sleep. I wasn't sleeping deeply enough. But even then, I didn't really notice that being too annoying for me. Prozac, the shallow sleep was intensified. I never felt like I had a deep sleep when I was taking Prozac. It was the weirdest thing. With the Celexa and Abilify combination, that worked well, but I gained so much weight with the Abilify. And my doctor did not tell me that that was one of the side effects of that medication. So I was sitting at home just eating and having myself a good old time, but I wasn't doing anything different than what I had been doing before, and I had never had problems with my weight. But all of a sudden, over a few months, I noticed I was gaining pounds. I gained about 40 to 50 pounds on that medication. And by the time I realized it, I was like, what the heck? I couldn't fit any of the clothes in my closet, and I was just too through with that medication. So I decided that I was going to figure out a way to stop taking that medication. And it was working so well for me. I really didn't want to stop. But the weight gain was just too much. I can't think of too many other side effects. Maybe, if you've been on drugs before for any type of mental health issues, some of them can cause sexual issues as far as your sexual libido is concerned. And that was definitely a side effect of all of the drugs that I was on. But with the Celexa Abilify, I did notice that maybe a reduction in some of the shallow sleep. I was sleeping a little better. However, when I decided that I had to get off of it, I knew that I had to find something to help myself to replace it. And that is why I started taking supplements, which I'm going to tell you about in the next video. Because I started to look into supplements and the different types that are helpful for OCD and anxiety. And I'm going to tell you, I found some things that are really worth looking into if you're a person who's trying to get off a prescription medication. So I was on medication for about 5 years. 5 years, yes. And I am 46 years old, and I had never taken medication before that time. So all of my life, I had basically been handling my OCD and anxiety on my own. But at that mark where my anxiety really got out of control, I decided to go on medication, and that was about 5 years ago. Now I'm weaning myself off of my last medication, which is Celexa. I completely went off the Abilify because I was like, I am not going to be looking like Porky the Pig walking around up in here. Okay? So I completely stopped that when I weaned myself off. And now I'm just on the Celexa, but I'm actually weaning myself off of that also. And I will be done weaning myself off probably in a week because I basically am tapering down my dosage constantly, and tapering down how often I take it. I'm going to do a video specifically on weaning off of your drug and the side effects that go with that, because I am experiencing some side effects from the withdrawals from coming off of Celexa. So I'm going to talk about that in another video. So look for that video also. So if you have any questions about the medications that I've taken, if you have any comments about something that you're taking that helps you, please make sure you comment below. And also subscribe, because this is a journey for all of us who are having mental health issues to take together. If you need some information about the drugs that I was taking, I will put that information in the video information section, so you can check that if you're interested in switching your medication or trying a new medication, or if you're taking medication for the first time. So subscribe, like, comment, and I will talk to you all next time. And I hope that you are good to yourself and good to others too. Bye.